One of the most frequent comments I get on my iPhone filmmaking videos is people talking about, sure, Michael, that's really cool. That looks awesome with the huge rig and everything. But how often are you actually grabbing your phone to go out the door and using any of that gear? And it's a very fair question, because if you're not going out for the sake of making content, if I'm just going out with the family, going out for the day, I'm definitely not bringing that entire big contraption out. But with all my travels the past couple of years since ProRes has come out, every year, even on my 1TB phone, I am filling that up constantly, always having to sift through and empty footage off the phone. It's kind of a pain. And so of course, this is why we rely on external storage. But what I find interesting is with all of the really cool cages and systems that have been coming out recently, almost none of them have a good minimal solution for storage. One of my most popular videos ever on my channel was one I made last year where I basically took a little SSD like this, and I got a bunch of these random adapters on Amazon, like this little 180 thing, and then this male to male adapter, and then this female to male adapter to extend it so that way I could slide it into the SSD. I'd put this on the back of the phone. So then we had this, and I was really happy with this video, but it also comes with its own issues because, well, it's quite loose. The metal scratches up against the metal. You have the adapters, which very much get stuck in there. So right now it's not sitting in there, but all the time this would get stuck inside and I'd have to use needle nose pliers. Anyway, so clearly there's some room for improvement there, and enter today's sponsor in today's video, brought to you by 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙. Now 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙 makes fantastic products. They've been in the media game for a long time. So they sent me out this little pouch and I was like, well, what's inside here? Well, it could be the solution to all of our problems. So let's go through it one by one. First of all, you have this little case right here, which houses what I would say is the main component to this setup. And this is a 1TB SSD. Look at the size of that. This SSD I used last year, I thought was insanely small, but look at that. Look at that. 1TB. Not only is it insanely small, but it actually comes with this protective rubber housing that you can remove if you wanted to, but this adds to the drop protection if you want. This entire system that I show you is IP65 rating, so if you're filming out in rain, snow, that sort of thing, you're still gonna be good. Maybe just don't get water like directly down into the connection, but it's incredibly minimal. And might I say, it matches my natural titanium iPhone really well. So not to say they took inspiration from me last year, but they included their own version of a 180 adapter. We can see a little 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙 right there. Same sort of thing. We have a male to female adapter. And so this I can just put on the SSD, put that on the phone. And now we have essentially my same setup as last year, but with all of the problems fixed on it. So here we have something that's not shaking around. It's not bumping up against the phone. It is technically hovering ever so slightly, but if you hold it on the back, it rests up against the phone nicely. And this is where that rubber housing also helps. It doesn't scratch and kind of helps keep it in place. And it's incredibly minimal. So like if I'm holding my phone up in vertical mode like this, and then if you hold it horizontally, you can actually almost use it like a little grip, which is really cool. And it's just so small. It's so minimal. And to answer the question at the beginning of this video is, what is a solution that you would actually leave the house with? It's this one right here. Because if you don't need it anymore, you just pop this off, throw it in a pocket, throw it in a purse, super easy, or just leave it on, because absolutely this is going to fit in your pocket just fine. Throw that in there, it's nothing, like nothing extra. And yes, of course, this is a normal, super fast 10 gigabits per second supported SSD. So you can use this on any device you want. If you want to use this on an iPad, your computer, it's going to give you minimalist storage wherever you go. You don't even need the adapter. So if you just want to go straight down, that's what that looks like. But very much, there's more to this video, because this is just one part of the setup. So next up, they have the media hub, and this looks just as small for size comparison. There we go. Same sort of design, basically the same flatness, and obviously just a bit wider. So this media hub has 4 USB Type-C ports on it. Now you can use this in a variety of ways. There's a cool little groove right here that matches the corresponding groove on the hard drive. So the point is to actually attach these together and it still looks incredibly small. Look how awesome that looks. And now what you have is a solution that gives you 1 terabyte. It also does come in a 2 terabyte variant. And then you plug this part into the phone utilizing one of 2 cables. You have this cable right here, which is perfect for if you have a bigger setup. So for me, it's like my big beast cage setup or something. I'd put this in one of the cold shoe mounts. It's like this double-sided cold shoe, or I just put this 1/4 to 1/4 on it. And then you just slide it right here. You mount this wherever you want. You plug this into the phone or another adapter. And again, now you have storage, now you have multiple ports. But what I really love that they included that I could not find, I literally had to do janky solutions like this, male to male USB-C adapter. So now if I put this back on the phone, look at this. There is not a single solution out there that is minimal as this that gives you external storage via SSD and 2 extra USB-C ports that are 3.2 gen supported. So this one has a little power icon, so you can have 30 watts max peak power for your phone and everything, so you can keep charged all day long. And then you can attach another accessory like right here. So you know what the hardest setup to rig is? Mobile gimbals. Anytime I rig up the phone with mics and SSDs and everything, I usually put it in my beast cage or another type of cage that it's super heavy and then it's not really able to be supported by small gimbals like this. You have to go to like a Ronin series or something. Pop in the phone, and might I point out, the design of this is super smart because the 2 USB-C ports are on the open side over here and on top. So it's not like you're losing out on this right here because it's blocked by the mount holder. So look how crazy thin this still is, easily balanced on a mobile gimbal. So now I could grab my Rode Wireless Pro, plug it in right here, just mount it on top like that. Now we have professional audio. I'm curious, I don't know if this gimbal actually has output power. All right, so this gimbal doesn't specifically charge, but normally what I do is just have a long USB-C cable, and then I actually put a power bank like in my pocket rather than trying to rig it to the gimbal and anything. Look at this, no case, no cage on a mobile gimbal, and we have professional audio and a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte if you buy that one SSD. This is the solution that most of you have told me you wanted. And now it's here. You can check out the Kickstarter and the link in the description if you want to learn more. Thank you, 𝗬𝗧𝗨, for finally listening to everyone and creating the best minimalist solution for filming with your iPhone. And as always, if you want to learn how to get the most out of filmmaking with your iPhone, learn more about setups like this, check out my iPhone filmmaking guide. Still discounted in the link in the description below. Huge shout out to 𝗬𝗧𝗨 for sponsoring this video and sending this out to me. And thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.